The first college football playoff of all time poll is out tonight, and Alabama is not in the top four. I don't know if that's much of a surprise right now, but as we've been noting all along, there's no team that has a better chance of moving up over this final month than Alabama.
Yeah, no, we're kind of the great unknown heading into tonight. Both human polls, the AP, the coaches had them 3, but a lot more goes into this playoff selection committee. Put them at 6. I guess you can't be really surprised at anything between 3, 6, whatever. Maybe Notre Dame being at 10, maybe the biggest surprise of the group. But like anyone, like Nick Saban said, Austin Shepard said, it doesn't matter at all at this point. They have a whole other month to play. If they played this playoff next month, then that'd be an issue. But they play in January, so.
I think one thing is clear from just looking at this poll, the committee values quality wins over quality losses. And I think that is the key distinguisher because, as you said, a lot of people maybe thought Notre Dame would be way higher because they took Florida State to the wire, but that's not the case. You know, they're at number 10 and kind of in a rough position for them to move up going forward. And then you look at Ole Miss. They beat Alabama. They're in the top 4, and it looks like they're valuing head-to-head as well going forward.
Yeah, Ole Miss, I think the coaches had them 9th this past weekend. So, yeah, it's interesting to see just kind of the baseline to where we all start out with this. It'll be another probably one of the more interesting months looking forward. With I think almost every top 10 team plays somebody in that same group.
I think one thing is clear: no matter what way you look at it, Alabama's going to be in the college football playoff if it wins the rest of its games. And I think that's the case even if it doesn't make the SEC championship game, because in order to win the rest of its regular season games, it's taking out number 1 Mississippi State and number 3 Auburn, and then the team it lost to, Ole Miss, would win the rest of its games and be in that top 4. So I don't see anything really holding Alabama back, but you lose a game, and then again you're going into you're going to need to start scoreboard watching the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's gonna. The month of November is gonna be just about as fun as you can imagine for football. Maybe kind of nerve-wracking for some fans out there, for Alabama fans. You're involved in this, but it's gonna be fun just to watch from an outsider.
Yeah, it all starts next Saturday in Baton Rouge against number 19 LSU in the polls. They're a little higher in the AP and coaches polls rankings, but they got a couple losses. But then that back-to-back, number 19 LSU with the number 1 Mississippi State. We've seen Alabama struggle a little bit in those kind of games, and that's going to be kind of the pivotal stretch right now.
No, that's the one to look at. Definitely coming off of you have a bye week this week heading into LSU, and you have some players coming back from injury, around that point. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the polls, and I'm sure it'll be a hot topic of discussion for the rest of the bye week.